Welcome everyone. Today we step into Belmont in The Merchant of Venice, where Portia, rich yet restless, reveals a powerful truth. Even wealth cannot guarantee happiness. Let's deep dive.
Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. Today, we are diving into a scene that is, and I mean this, absolutely critical for your ICSE exams. Act 1, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice. The examiners just love asking questions from this scene, so let's make sure you are 100% ready to score those top marks. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to travel to the beautiful world of Belmont. Then we'll unravel the mystery of that all-important Casket Lottery and have a good laugh at Portia's absolutely hilarious review of her Suitors. After that, we'll get into some deep analysis of the characters and themes, and I'll wrap it all up by giving you my secret strategy for acing your ICSE exam questions. Are you ready? Let's begin. All right, let's jump straight in. So in Scene 1, remember, we were in Venice, a very serious, commercial, business-like world. Well, now Shakespeare just whisks us away to a totally different place, the world of Belmont. This is Portia's home, and it's a world of romance, wealth, and incredible wit. And trust me, this change of scenery is a very, very big deal.
Look at the brilliant contrast Shakespeare sets up for us here. Venice is all about melancholy, commerce, and money. It's a very male-dominated world, centered on Antonio and his strange sadness. But Belmont? Belmont is a world of romance and sharp, clever conversation, and it's dominated by our heroine, Portia. And notice, she isn't sad. She's frustrated. If you can talk about this contrast in your answers, you are definitely going to impress the examiner.
And here in Belmont, we meet two absolutely wonderful characters. First, of course, is Portia. Now, she is so much more than just a rich girl. She is incredibly intelligent, she is witty, and she is beautiful. But she's trapped. And by her side, we have Nerissa. Please remember, Nerissa is not just a servant, she is Portia's loyal friend, her wise advisor, her confidant. Their relationship is the glue that holds this entire scene together.
Okay, let's get to the real heart of the matter, the engine of the entire romantic plot of this play, the Casket Lottery. This is a massive topic for your exams, my dear students, so I need your complete attention for this part. Okay, everyone, I want you to pause and really look at this line. Commit it to memory. This quote is pure gold for any question on Portia's frustration or the theme of fate versus free will. It perfectly captures her problem. She has all the money in the world, but she has zero freedom to choose the most important thing, her own husband.
So how does this whole lottery business work? Well, her father's will lays out three very strict conditions. First, a suitor has to choose from one of three boxes, or caskets, one gold, one silver, and one lead. Now, if he chooses the right one, the one with Portia's picture inside, he wins her and all her fortune. But if he chooses the wrong one, the penalty is severe. He has to leave immediately and swear an oath that he will never marry anyone, ever. The stakes are incredibly high.
But Nerissa, ever the voice of reason, she offers a totally different perspective. She gently reminds Portia, your father was a good and holy man. She suggests that maybe, just maybe, this whole lottery is a divinely inspired test, cleverly designed so that only a man who truly deserves Portia, a man she could genuinely love, would be able to choose correctly. It's a wonderful contrast to Portia's own anxiety.
All right, now for my favorite part of the scene, and one that examiners absolutely love to ask about. Get ready for Portia's razor-sharp, hilarious review of all the men who've come to try their luck. This is where we see her brilliant mind and incredible sense of humor shine. My dear students, this list is your secret weapon for revision. Just listen to how she tears them apart. The Prince from Naples, he's obsessed with his horse. The County Palatine, he's so gloomy he never even smiles. The French Lord, she says he has so many personalities, marrying him would be like marrying 20 men. And it goes on. The Englishman who doesn't speak any languages she knows, the Scottish Lord who she jokes is always fighting with the English, and finally, the German Duke's nephew who is just plain drunk all the time. Using these specific funny examples in your answers is a surefire way to score full marks.
And this is her final verdict on the German suitor. A sponge. How perfect is that? She calls him a sponge because all he does is soak up alcohol. It's so witty, and it shows her absolute determination not to be married to a man who is completely unworthy of her.
But wait, it's not all just insults and comedy. Just when Portia is at her most frustrated, the clever Nerissa brings up a name from the past, Bassanio.
And I want you to notice how Portia's entire tone changes. It softens. She remembers him, and she remembers him well. She agrees that he is worthy. This little moment is so important. It's our first real sign of hope, setting the stage for a true romance.
Okay, so we've got the plot down. Now it's time to dig a little deeper. Let's analyze the characters and the major themes. This, my dear students, is what separates a good answer from a great answer. So let's talk about Portia. The most important thing to remember is her complexity. Yes, she is incredibly witty and intelligent. We see that in her jokes. Yes, she is deeply frustrated. We see that in her complaints about the lottery. But, and this is so important, she is also obedient. She complains, but she has no intention of ever breaking her father's will. And finally, she is insightful. She looks past titles and wealth and judges these men on their true character. Make sure you mention all these points for a complete character sketch.
And please do not forget Nerissa. She is so much more than a sidekick. She's the wise, philosophical friend. She's the loyal confidant who just listens. She's the practical one who keeps Portia grounded. And she's the clever one who knows exactly when to bring up Bassanio's name. You can definitely expect short questions on Nerissa's role, so be ready.
Now, for themes. The number one most important theme in this scene is fate versus free will. Portia's situation is the perfect example. Her fate, her destiny, is being controlled by her dead father's will, but her own free will, her desire to choose for herself, is completely restricted. This conflict is at the very core of the entire play.
And we also see two other major themes starting to take shape here. First, appearance versus reality. All these suitors, they appear to be great catches. They're princes and barons, but in reality, their characters are deeply flawed. And second, we see the theme of the role of women. Here is Portia, one of the most powerful women you can imagine, yet her life is completely controlled by a man. Mentioning these themes will show you have a truly deep understanding of the play.
All right, deep breaths. This is the section you've been waiting for. Let's talk strategy. How do we take all this amazing knowledge and turn it into full marks on your ICSE paper? Let me show you exactly how it's done.
Okay, you are very likely to see a question just like this. So, why is she a weary? Don't just say she's sad. Be specific. She is weary because her freedom to choose her own husband has been taken away by her father's will. And for the second part, what advice does Nerissa give? You must talk about Nerissa's wisdom about moderation, about finding happiness in the mean.
This is a classic character question, and it's a gift if you're prepared. Your answer must have direct quotes. Don't just tell the examiner Portia is witty. Show them. Use her line about the Neapolitan prince talking only of his horse, or her calling the German duke a sponge. Give at least 2, maybe even 3 solid examples with quotes and you are golden. Now listen up, because this 5-step formula is your magic key to scoring full marks, especially on those 3- and 5-mark questions. 1. Read the question and identify the key words. 2. Start your answer with a clear, direct statement. 3. Back it up with an accurate quote. 4. Explain how that quote proves your point. And 5. For the top marks, link your answer to a bigger theme. Follow this structure, I promise you, your marks will improve.
Okay, we are on the home stretch now. Let's do a super quick, rapid-fire revision round to lock in all these important points.
Just before your exam, I want you to run through this checklist in your head. Do I know the difference between Venice and Belmont? Check. Do I know the lottery rules? Check. Can I explain why Portia is a weary? Check. Can I name 2 of her witty insults? Check. Do I know Nerissa's role? Check. Can I explain fate versus free will? Check. Do I remember the part about Bassanio? Check. If you can say yes to all of these, you are in a fantastic position.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. You have the plot, you understand the characters, you know the themes, and you have the exam strategy. You are fully prepared. Keep revising, believe in yourselves, and know that you have everything it takes to do brilliantly. All the very best, my dear students. Now go and ace that exam.
And with that, Belmont leaves us thinking, can destiny decide love? As Portia awaits her fate, the real test has just begun. See you in the next scene.